was negligible amount. So that is what the pump work. WP is equal to V3 P1 minus P2. Or is this is given in terms of enthalpy entropy, it is going to be HF2 minus HF1. Both are in the liquid stage. Both are from the liquid stage, right? So this is the work done. This is the work done. So if you are doing this process, we are getting the steam. That steam is producing the work. When it is coming out from the turbine, still it wasn't steam, but it contains some water molecules. Still it is in the steam only. Wet steam, it having heat. Entry may be at the temperature 340, the critical temperature, it may be enters in the turbine. Coming out from the turbine maybe 110 degree or 120 degree, right? So that means the wet stage, right? It is coming out with the wet steam. The wet steam maybe 60 or 70 or maybe depending on how much work we are extracting. We are assuming below the what we call it as a saturation temperature, below the saturation temperature, latent heat, right? Below that one. So we are considering, so still it is in the steam, the form of steam. So what we can do is, we can take that steam, from the turbine, before it was going to the condenser. We take the steam, we can reheat the steam, and again it is going to the turbine. Before going for complete condensation, we are taking the steam before it was reaching the condenser, not the complete amount. Part of the steam coming out from the turbine is taken out, it is going back for reheating. So then it is going to perform its work. In some cases, we are taking the complete steam, we are going for reheating, and then it was coming to the condenser back. So we are taking the steam for reheating purpose. We are reheating because if it is high temperature, again if you are entering the boiler, all of a sudden it becomes steam. So the energy required to convert the steam into superheated steam, it will be less. For that purpose, we are going for reheating. If you are going for the reheating process, the efficiency of the Rankine cycle is increased. By 10%. Maximum 10 to 12%. We are increasing the efficiency. The Rankine cycle efficiency may be 30% or 40%, maximum 35% or 40% only. We are not getting more than that. Most of the energy will get losses. Energy losses will be there. So we have to recover the heat, right? So we can go for reheating of the steam. What are the processes are used for reheating? One is what we call as flue gas reheating. We can use the boiler again. It is going for the boiler. There itself it is heating. And another one is going to be live steam heating. We are taking that steam, wet steam, and again it is mixed with the superheated steam. So the temperature will be suddenly raised. So this may be of 110 or 120. The superheated steam coming out at the 500 degrees centigrade. Once it was mixed, both the temperature, this steam, entry steam temperature will be raised to 340 again. So it is going for power generation. So we can do the flue gas reheat generation or live heat generation, or else we can go for combination of both. Both flue gas as well as live steam. Combination of both. Because both will have the advantages and disadvantages. We have to take the advantages of both. So the efficiency will be increased. Efficiency of the cycle will be increased. What is meant by flue gas reheating process? You can see here. See this one. So the water is pumped. From the pump, right? From the pump. The point number, if you see this one, the WP is the pump. There the water is pumping. It is going to the boiler. It is going to be a superheater, right? And superheated steam entering into the high pressure turbine. Right? After entering the high pressure turbine, it is performing its work. After performing its work, the steam is coming out. Entry is 1 and it is performing its work, and exit at the point number 2. The previous Rankine cycle, we see that one from the point number 3 to 4 is coming out. It is going to the condenser, directly to the condenser. Here we are not sending it to condenser. That steam, wet steam, is taken back to the boiler again. Boiler again. The boiler again it was reheated. So how it was reheated? By using the flue gases. Boiler means inside the boiler there is burning is taken place, combustion is taken place. Because of that it get heated up. The steam get heated up. So it is pressure is less. So it is going for the low pressure turbine. From the high pressure turbine it is taken out. It is reheated. The temperature is raised. After raising the temperature, it was entering the low pressure turbine. The low pressure turbine again it performing the work. So automatically there are two turbines are there. The efficiency will be increased. We will see later stages how if you are using two engines how the efficiency will improve. So it is low pressure turbine. Again it is coming to the condenser. So previously from the high pressure turbine after expansion going to the condenser directly. But here the expansion after expansion it is taken back to the boiler again to reheating. Then it is coming to the condenser. So the efficiency will be more. If we are going for reheating. So one is going for flue gas reheating process. The second one is what we call as live steam heating. So see here. So the pump will be pumping. The water from the boiler. It was converted into superheated steam in the superheater. So after getting the superheated steam, so that steam is directly goes to the high pressure boiler. Then it is coming out. If you see if you are coming out, what will happen after coming out? It is coming to the live steam heater. It is not going for the condenser. This is not the condenser. This is a live steam heater. How that steam coming out high pressure boiler? The steam is coming out with the wet steam. The temperature is lost. Some pressure is lost because it performed the work. That pressure and heat only converted into a mechanical energy. So that one is what will happen. So that steam, wet steam is coming out. So it is coming to the heater. How the heat is getting for this heater? See here, from the superheater, before the complete steam entering into the turbine, we are taking part of the steam. Part of the superheated steam coming for the steam heater. That heater will heat. That superheated steam will heat this low pressure and low temperature steam. That steam is going for the low pressure boiler. Low pressure turbine. In the low pressure turbine again it performing work. Then it is going for again actual cycle condensation. After condensation again it is coming to the boiler. So again by using the live steam we are heating it. So what we call it is live steam heating. This process also we are increasing the efficiency of the Rankine cycle. So next we will go for how the combination of this. Some part of the steam will be heated by the live steam heater. Some wet steam is heated by using the boilers, by using the boiler flue gas. So you can see this one. You can see here the high pressure boiler steam is high pressure turbine. The steam is wet steam is coming out. That wet steam is heated by live steam condenser, right? Live steam, by using the live steam in this condenser, right? So it was heating it. After getting the heat, that is again it was coming to the flue gas reheater. Afterwards it was going for the low pressure turbine. So as it was doing two times, we are heating two times. By wet steam is heated by using the live steam. Again it was going for the boiler. So the temperature will be more. So more work done compared to the normal reheating cycle. If you are having combination of both reheaters, flue gas reheater as well as live steam reheater, the efficiency still it was increased. Right? So because of that we are going for both the combinations. Take the advantages of live steam heater as well as the flue gas reheating cycle. So what will happen if you are going for the real cycle? You can see the real cycle. You can see here what is happening in the reheat cycle. See here the point number 1 it was reaching, pumping is taken place, right? It reaches the point number 2, then it is going to the boiler, and from the boiler, right, the temperature pressure are raised, right? Then it is expanded, coming out at the point number 4. Before it was reaching the wet condition, that still in the curve we can see the steam is in the dry steam. Steam is in the dry state. Steam is in the dry state. So the dry stated steam which is coming out from the turbine, high pressure turbine at the point number 4, we are taken out into the boiler flue gas. Boiler flue gas. The temperature is raised. Again it was converted into a superheated steam at the critical point. See, 3 and 5 are at the same level. Both are at the superheated level. Both are the superheated critical temperature, working temperature. We should not go beyond the 3 and 5. We should not go beyond 4 and 5 because that is a critical point. That is the critical temperature. Or we call it as an operating temperature of the turbine. If we go beyond it, what will happen? The turbine blades are made up of steel. Those steels get softened because of the high temperature. So we have to operate within the critical temperature. We should not go beyond it. We should not go beyond it. So again 5 and 6 is going to be an work done. So here there will be two work dones. One is H3 minus H4. One work done. Another work done is H5 minus H6. Two work dones are taken place. Two work done. Expansion. Both are expansion. High pressure expansion, low pressure expansion. Two works done. And then 1 to 2 is again work done to the system. 3 to 4 from the system, and then 5 and 6 from the system, but 2 and 1 are going to the system. We have to subtract. We have to subtract. This is going to be an heat we are supplying. Those heats are taken. Those heat energy are taken. So if you are going for efficiency, heat added to the boiler. What are the heat added to the boilers? You can see here, that is from the point number 2 to 4 is going to be an heat addition. 2 to 4 is going to be an heat addition process, right? And then 5 to 6 is going to be an heat addition by the boiler. Heat addition by the boiler. Two heat additions. Heat additions. H4 minus H2. From point number 2 to point number 4 is a heat addition process. And again from point number 5 to 6 is going to be an heat addition process. Right? The work done is going to be, how much is the work done? How much is going to be work done? The work done is going to be an H4 minus H6 plus H6 minus H7. H6 minus H7. You can see here H4 minus H5 plus H6, right, minus H7. Two work done. And then minus pump work. How much is the pump work? H2 minus H1 pump work. Note actually how much is the heat addition inside the boiler from the point number 2, H2 to H4. So H4 minus H2, H4 minus H2 plus this one H6 minus H5. That is an overall efficiency of the cycle. Rankine reheat cycle. Rankine reheat cycle. Then next cycle. What is the next cycle? If we are going for the next cycle, there is another way. Reheat cycle. There is another cycle is there, what we call it as Rankine regenerative cycle. Rankine regenerative cycle. In case of this Rankine reheat cycle, we are heating the steam again. In case of regeneration cycle, what is actually happening is we are heating the inlet water supply. We are raising the temperature of